Attention passionate Cleveland, BRWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BRWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, especially to what's going on in the AFC North, you already know that this division is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing, competitive, and unpredictable in recent memory. And for Browns fans, that's always music to your ears, right? Because let's be honest, the AFC North has historically been a tough, gritty division packed with physical football and fierce rivalries. But what's really catching everyone's attention right now is the buzz about a potential blockbuster trade involving the Cleveland Browns before training camp even kicks off. That's right, a major move that could set the tone for the entire season and possibly for the franchise's future. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Trades, big trades. Usually we think about big names moving around, quarterbacks changing teams, or star players seeking new challenges. But this time, it's not just about a player, it's about a strategic, calculated move that could reshape how the Browns approach this season and beyond. And it's not just speculation, there are whispers, sources close to the team hinting that Cleveland is actively exploring options to bolster their roster before training camp. And folks, this isn't just idle chatter. It's rooted in a clear understanding of what the Browns need to take that next step, especially after their recent playoff appearance and the promising signs they showed last year. Let's rewind a bit and talk about where the Browns stand right now. Cleveland, under head coach Kevin Stefanski, has been making steady progress. They've been building a solid foundation on both sides of the ball, investing in their offensive line, drafting promising young talent, and re-signing key veterans who bring leadership and stability. And of course, they've got one of the most exciting quarterbacks in the league, Deshaun Watson, who, after a rocky start, looked more confident and productive as last season progressed. But even with these positive signs, there's still a sense that the roster could use a little extra firepower or experience in certain areas. And that's where this rumored trade comes into play. Now, as of the latest reports, Cleveland appears to be eyeing a move that could involve acquiring a veteran receiver or perhaps an impact linebacker. Why? Because the Browns have a talented core, but they need that extra spark, that veteran presence who can step up in critical moments, especially during the playoffs. Think about it, a proven wide receiver, someone who can stretch the field or provide reliable hands in tight coverage, could make a huge difference for Deshaun Watson and the entire offense. Or perhaps a linebacker with leadership qualities and a nose for the ball to solidify a defense that's been solid but sometimes inconsistent. This potential trade isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about making a statement. Cleveland is positioning itself as a serious contender. They're not just aiming for a playoff appearance. They want to compete at the highest level to challenge the reigning kings of the AFC, like Kansas City and Cincinnati. The division itself is stacked, with the Bengals led by Joe Burrow and a high-powered offense, and the Ravens always lurking with their formidable defense and Lamar Jackson's dual-threat capabilities. The Steelers under Mike Tomlin are never to be underestimated, especially if they find consistency at quarterback. So the Browns know that to rise above the rest, they need to make bold moves, and this rumored trade could be the catalyst. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. Cleveland's front office has shown that they're not afraid to make aggressive moves when the moment calls for it. Remember in 2022 when they traded for Deshaun Watson, giving up a hefty package of draft picks? That move was seen as a clear message, Cleveland is all in. And if they go through with this trade before training camp, it shows a similar level of commitment. They're identifying their weaknesses, their areas for improvement, and they're willing to make bold decisions to get ahead. Plus, this isn't happening in a vacuum. The NFL offseason has been full of surprises, with teams making trades, signing free agents, and reshaping their rosters. Cleveland isn't just sitting back and watching, they're actively engaging, looking for that one piece that could make all the difference. And let's not forget, the Browns have a history of making smart, sometimes surprising moves. Remember the acquisition of Amari Cooper last year? That proved to be a game changer for their passing game. Or their draft choices, which have been focused on adding speed, versatility, and grit to their roster. This potential trade fits perfectly into that pattern of strategic, impactful moves. Now fans, envision what this could mean for the upcoming season. A more dynamic offense with a star receiver or a veteran linebacker boosting the team's leadership and experience. It could translate into more wins, better performances in close games, and ultimately a deeper playoff run. Cleveland fans have endured some lean years, but there's a renewed sense of optimism. The team's talent is undeniable, but they need that extra edge, that X factor to truly elevate their game. And if this trade happens, it could be the move that propels Cleveland back into serious Super Bowl contention. Of course, the question remains, who exactly could they be targeting and what are the trade terms? Well, those details are still under wraps, but there's speculation about a few names that could be on Cleveland's radar. For wide receivers, some have suggested veteran players like Odell Beckham Jr., who, after recovering from injuries, is looking for a fresh start, or perhaps a younger, proven deep threat that can complement their existing weapons like Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. On defense, a linebacker with a nose for turnovers or a player with leadership qualities could be the focus. The Browns have assets to trade, including draft picks and some promising young players, so they have the flexibility to make a splash. Now, what does this mean for division rivals? Well, if Cleveland makes this move, it's likely to send shockwaves through the AFC North. The Bengals and Ravens will have to respond, perhaps by making their own moves or tightening up their rosters. It's all about the chess match that is NFL roster management. Every move, every trade, every signing counts, especially in a division as competitive as this one. The Browns are clearly positioning themselves as serious contenders, and make no mistake, they're not just looking to be in the playoff picture, they want to contend for the Super Bowl. That's the kind of confidence that can transform a team from good to great. And as we look ahead to training camp, the excitement only intensifies. Imagine the buzz around Berea, the energy in the team meetings, and the anticipation of seeing new faces in Browns gear. The coaching staff has a clear vision, and this potential trade could be the missing piece they're counting on. It's a bold statement to the league and to their division rivals that Cleveland is ready to take that next step to be a force to reckon with. The fans, of course, are already fired up, dreaming of playoff victories and a deep postseason run. And that's the beauty of the NFL. Every offseason is an opportunity for teams to rewrite their stories. In the broader NFL context, the Browns' move, if it goes through, could set a precedent for other teams looking to make blockbuster trades to push for Super Bowl glory. It's about making bold decisions, trusting your scouting and analytics, and believing that a single move can change everything. Cleveland has shown that they're willing to do just that, and fans, I tell you, the excitement is palpable. The energy around the team is at an all-time high, with hope and anticipation building day by day. So in conclusion, keep your eyes peeled. This potential trade, the strategic move by Cleveland, could be the start of something special. It's about seizing the moment, making bold choices, and believing in the process. For Browns fans, this is what we live for: the hope of a Super Bowl run, the thrill of the offseason, and the excitement of seeing your team make a decisive move. And remember, as the offseason unfolds, more details will come out, and we'll be here to break it all down for you. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the passion alive. Go Browns!